So for my ongoing textile and mixed media work, I choose different materials, usually with that pattern. It's usually solid colors, but different textures and color palettes pretty muted, except for like a touch of more like flashy colors. Yeah, I choose something that attracts me. Sometimes I'm not sure about, but I just get it anyway. And then I use material for the arts, which is a bunch of used material. So the most important for me, it's like it has to be used, recycled, discarded. So that's kind of the number one criteria. About 20 years ago, I graduated from a school of photography in the south of France, and I moved here right after. And since then, my work has evolved, from video first, and then collage, integrating a little bit of textile, and now it's only textile and printmaking. I definitely think that our environment shape who we are. For example, the city, seeing people, outside, like on the subway, on the street, and the constant kind of high energy, we become a part of where we live. There is an idea of a notion of care in the sense that I'm using discarded materials, mend them and give them a new life. It also matches the current, state of the world, that we need to pay attention to. Yeah, I find meaning in those signs of aging, and the material, kind of follow someone's life. If it's a clothing, a project that is very not connected to my textile practice is a sound installation that I just had in Paris with people who don't have a home. Actually, they all sang different songs that are connected to them. So that was, of course, very meaningful to me. Yeah, when I do public art, it's a little different because it really touches people directly. It's rewarding when someone remembers your work that they saw, randomly on the street. So this piece, I made it recently when I was in residency at Yado. And so I use a lot of printed elements. So I use this technique called calligraphy. So it's like a printing technique. And I use a lot of discarded materials such as cardboard. So it was really experimenting on my own. And I like the process because it's very different than my other work. And then I was also using an element of nature like this, pine needles that I found. The title is the letter L, which is kind of a tattoo of that character here. Character bigger, figures larger than others, so it creates a sense of depth. And it's more horizontal. Usually my work is a little more vertical, so yeah, it kind of creates different scenes, almost like cinematic scenes, The fabric, I found it at a thrift store in the basement of a church, small church.